Welcome back to ESPN's College Football Finale, presented by Jimmy John's. A 30-14 lead for Utah State at the end of one half. Mike Cousins, glad to have you along with former Auburn standout Cole Kubelik. Opening kickoff was received by Utah State. They took it in for a score, so Wyoming opens the second half receiving the ball here. Cole, what do the Cowboys need to do to make it a comeback and pick up win number 2 of the year?
Well, stay with Brian Hill on offense, but you're going to have to expand outside of your star running back a little bit. I want to see some shots down the field from Wyoming, take a few chances vertically, and then find a way to play a little bit of defense. It just doesn't even feel like the Aggies have had to cross an obstacle to get into the end zone or between the uprights this evening.
Here comes DJ May on the return out to the 23-yard line, where he meets a host of Aggie defenders and is pushed back there. So a great first half for running back Brian Hill, who carried for 138 yards and a touchdown and is now second among FBS running backs, just 153 yards behind Leonard Fournette, the Heisman Trophy race leader right now.
That's decent company for Brian Hill. 8.6 per carry tonight. It's not shabby.
He comes out on the right, shotgun with Nick Smith, the redshirt freshman quarterback, making his first career start through just 4 passes in the first half, 3 of 4 through the air, and this one is tipped and it falls incomplete. Marwin Evans got a hand on it as he backpedaled toward the sideline.
Well, Nick Smith's going to take a shot as he delivers this football. Nice play action look, but has to understand that pressure is coming and get rid of the football a little bit earlier. Torrey Green, 39, the outside linebacker, gave him the shot to the ribcage.
Green, the former walk-on, helps make it 2nd and 10. Smith turns and stuffs it into the gut of Hill, and he's quickly wrapped up by Nick Vigil. It's his 11th career multi-tackle game, 11 tonight.
Well, 41 gets in on the stop, but 39 again, Torrey Green. We called his name with the pressure on first down. An excellent job of taking on a pulling offensive lineman, spilling that run to the outside, which allowed Vigil to scrape over the top and make that play.
3rd down, they need 13 here, and Smith passed for only 27 yards in the first half. Price in motion to set all the receivers on the wide side of the field. Pressure comes, and Smith goes down. Torrey Green makes the sack.
Just give Green credit for that entire series, shutting down the Wyoming offense. Mike, this is unacceptable. You have to understand, pressure coming from the opposite side. The running back releases out. Nick Smith needs to keep the running back in, put him on the blitzing linebacker, Torrey Green. That doesn't happen. That's a youth mistake, in my opinion.
Last punt was blocked, returned for a touchdown. Wood gets this one away. And it rolls out near midfield. A flag comes in right at the end of the play. We'll check that before the start of this Utah State offensive series. Registers as a kick of 35 yards for Ethan Wood. Referee tonight is Brandon Bruce.
There's no foul on the play. The contact in question was legal. The ball was illegally touched at the 46-yard line. First down, Utah State.
And back to work for Kent Myers, the sophomore out of Texas, who is supposed to redshirt in each of his first 2 years. He's been great tonight for Utah State.
10 of 10 this evening. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. 171 yards, a touchdown, hadn't turned the football over. He's made good decisions. Solid evening for the junior quarterback.
14th time this year they've started a drive in their opponent's territory, and it's back to work for Devontae Mays, his 13th carry of the game.
Another snap there that we see Eddie Yarbrough, 55, almost taking himself out of the play as Wyoming continues to try and stunt up front, bring those defensive linemen on slants, try to get them in the backfield, cause some penetration and disrupt, but plays like that works against you, and the Aggies are in a positive second down situation.
With motion, it's an option for Myers. He keeps it himself, cuts it back inside to the 35-yard line, and he's got himself a first down on the keeper, brought down by Sidney Mala'ulu, the nose tackle.
Well, this is great play by Robert Priester, the cornerback for Wyoming. He was in man coverage. When he saw the motion come over, he immediately sprints to that backfield, but doesn't attack quarterback Kent Myers. He ran directly to the pitch man. That forced Myers back inside, allowed his teammates to come over and make a play. Nice job.
Myers back, pressure picked up well. He heaves over the middle of the field, and the pass is incomplete.
Robert Priester again, on the coverage, just made that play a moment ago, or helped make the play a moment ago. And we'll check him out in coverage here late. Little bump on the back, but goes up over the top and gets a hand on this football. Affects the play. You don't always have to bat it down. Don't always have to intercept it. Doesn't have to look great. Just affect the play in a negative way for that receiver. Priester does just that there.
First incompletion of the night. Quick handoff, Mays, who carries it right. And a nice pickup there from the junior. Gain of 6. So he's gotten good heavy workloads on back-to-back games now for Mays. That's his 14th carry of the game after last week against San Diego State, a career-high 15 carries.
And he's come on as the season has progressed, and I feel like he's a guy that really, he wasn't in shape during spring football. We talked to Josh Heupel, the offensive coordinator, about that yesterday. He said came in mid-January, a little overweight in spring practice, wasn't able to really be who they wanted him to be. Really credit him for in the offseason, getting in shape, getting in football shape, changing his body, and now you can see just what kind of an elite running back he has a chance to be.
Myers tackled on the run by Andrew Wingard, the safety, last year's Gatorade Player of the Year in Colorado. That's now 4th down and 1. Utah State 6 of 10 on 4th down this season. They've got great field position here. They know that they've been able to stop Wyoming. We'll see what they do. Handoff to the left side of the line, around the corner, a first down. Mays does it again, tying his career high, a 15th carry of the night. Wingard stops him, but after the first down is grabbed.
Robert Priester, the corner, comes up to help on that stop also. And now Devontae Mays looks a little shaken up. Check the replay. Just off left tackle, but bouncing it outside. The vision and the ability to stay with the play and understand you only need a yard or two here, so it doesn't have to turn into an explosive play. Good job picking up first down yardage.
They spell Mays with Hunt to the right of Myers. Myers with good speed. Wingard stops him down to the 5-yard line, but it's a gain of 12. First down for Kent Myers. Came into this game with 265 yards rushing, 191 of those in one game against Colorado State. He is always a threat to move, as was Chucky Keaton before his injury. They keep it with the quarterback into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Utah State. Myers with his 3rd score on the ground this year.
I'm not sure about the pirouette after the touchdown, Mike, but it's a nice run, shows his mobility. You just mentioned it. Kent Myers has great scrambling ability and shows you there he's not afraid to go between the tackles.
The way they were so heavy on that running back attack between Mays and Hunt, Myers takes advantage of over pursuit. And Brock Warren is on for the extra point. Had one blocked earlier. This one is good. And it makes it 37-14. Utah State has only lost back-to-back once in the last 55 games. Right now, looking like they're in pretty good shape at home. Well, it's a great matchup for College Game Day, built by the Home Depot from Independence Mall in Philadelphia. Number 9 Notre Dame Number 21 Temple starts tomorrow 9 Eastern on ESPN. Cole, you know, Independence Hall, the site of the Constitutional Convention. You know the only state that didn't show up to that? Rhode Island. But I bet you the little Rhodey delegation would show up for College game day, right?
I would like to think so.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you didn't say Alabama.
A little bit too early for that. Here we are in the Beehive state of Utah. And after the kickoff, Wyoming coming out to the 25-yard line, trying to get their offense going after Utah State has had really no problem tonight. 5 drives, 4 touchdowns, and a field goal for the Aggies.
I don't think there's any question. Worst drive of the game for Wyoming on their last possession. First time that we've seen penetration really disrupt some run plays. And then first time we've seen Nick Smith have to spend an elongated amount of time in the pocket, go through progressions. He missed the blitz pickup, had an opportunity to redirect protection, didn't see it. That cost him the possession. Uncovered slot receiver at the bottom.
They go away from the receivers. And a keeper for Smith. He gets 5. Great football lineage in his blood. His grandfather, Bob Stransky, an All-American tailback in Colorado, played for the Broncos, the original Denver Broncos, and his dad played defensive end at Clemson. Great size for Smith, 6'4", 233.
He has that forward lean, too, on his runs that I really like. Keeps his head above his feet, in front of his feet.
Second and 5, Parker in motion. Hill goes right through the middle, spins his way forward, and the spot looks like enough for a first down.
So many running backs, Mike, you'll see they get the football and then they just kind of run. They just take off. What I like about Brian Hill, he seems to have a great feel and a knack for exactly what run play it is. If it's a sprint draw similar to that play, then he's taking the football and he's going north and south in the A-gap. If it's an outside zone play, he shows a little more patience. He dials it down, waits for a block, and then turns upfield.
Hill now the second leading rusher in FBS, only behind LSU's Leonard Fournette. First down carry, follows his blocker, takes his speed across midfield. 15 yards for Hill, who continues to pound away at the Utah State defense.
Jacob Hollister, tight ends out front. You'll see him. He pulls around. Brian Hill just kind of bangs off of him.
Out of my way.
Continues that run and then shifty downfield. Yards after contact. So elusive in the open field for the 6'1", 211-pound sophomore.
$157 for him tonight. 4 out of the last 5. He has eclipsed the 100-yard mark. A little bit of confusion. Stopped by Nick Vigil for a couple yards. Well, Hill, interesting story on his recruiting. Craig Bohl and his staff started going after him when they were still at North Dakota State a couple of years ago. And a lot of schools saw him as a defensive player, but they wanted him as a running back. And when they made that jump to Wisconsin, or to Wyoming, I beg your pardon, last year, they said that was the big pull. We can play you at an FBS level, play you as a running back, and here he is, one of the best in the country. Nothing doing, maybe 1 yard going forward.
Just really the numbers there stacked up for that Aggie defense. And this kind of goes back to that experience that we talked about with Nick Smith. There are certain plays as he grows and progresses and gets more meaningful snaps, he'll understand how to get out of another play, trade the running back from his left over to his right, run that zone read the opposite direction where you have the bodies that give you a better chance to make the play successful.
Wyoming 3 of 7 on third down tonight. Under pressure, short toss, Hill, and he was wrapped up by Vigil as he made the catch. How about that?
Very, very dangerous throw from Nick Smith. Trying to set up a screen. I like the play call, actually, a screen here, because that pressure has been coming. You know the edge guys, whether it's Torrey Green, Nick Vigil, Kyler Fackrell, this defense is going to come after you, so try to slip a screen back underneath. but Vigil with an excellent read on that previous play.
Ethan Wood's punt is a high one toward the sideline. Rodriguez angles over for it, but the kick goes out of bounds. And it's a drive that does not bear fruit for Wyoming. The team just 1-7 this year, trails midway through the third.
Hey, we've talked about it all week. You're prepared right now, okay? Take confidence in your preparation, okay? Take confidence in your teammates. Take confidence in your coaching, all right? All you got right out of the gate. Everybody good? Okay, you got juice, you got energy. Okay, all three things. Highest level you got today. Right out of the gate. 1, 2, 3.
You gotta wear earplugs in the Utah State locker room these days. Matt Wells in his third season getting this team riled up. 10 wins last year, their second highest total in school history. And right now trying to push their way toward win number 5 on the year. Very comfortable edge, 37-14 here at Maverick Stadium in Logan. Myers rolling out, and his pass is incomplete. Now 10 of 12 on the night, 171 yards.
Had that deep crosser coming right over the middle of the field, Mike. If he'd taken a little bit more time, could have maybe found that, tried to squeeze that football in. Bounces off the shoulder pad.
Sticks it into the gut of Devontae Mays. A steamrolling run for a first down.
I feel like if you could just throttle back for just a moment and allow your offensive lineman to go out there and get a body on a body and then make a cut, could have turned this into an explosive play. Nice run from Devontae Mays. Either way, as you saw, Austin Albrecht, big 69, pulling out front.
Another run, a nice hurdle, and a powerful stab right through Andrew Wingard to punctuate that carry by Mays, his 17th of the night. My goodness.
They'll have to exit the game as the helmet pops off, but Tyshawn Mosley, 72, is going to pull around. Watch 72 go low. Boom, right there, get a big block. And then Devontae Mays can just make the rest happen on his own.
Mays right now, 115 yards. He's the first running back this year for Utah State to go over 100 yards in a game. Hunt fumbles the ball. It's loose. Who's got it? Wyoming says they do, and so do the officials. Loose ball, and now a chance on the comeback trail for the Cowboys. Eddie Yarbrough forced the fumble and fell on top of it.
55 making another play. He's going to be on the right side of your screen. Hunt just tries to cut back, and you see the arm just kind of reach in there and pop it loose. How often do we see these guys, especially having one chin strap unbuckled or the long hair, the helmets pop off? You don't usually see a team pay for it with the guy whose helmet comes off and then his replacement comes in and makes a mistake. Big turnover here for Wyoming.
Parker in motion. It's Hill. 2 defenders in pursuit, and he eludes them all out of bounds. Vigil was the closest as Hill took that off the edge.
Vigil had Jacob Hollister, Wyoming tight end, locked in, eye to eye, gives him a little juke. Hollister whiffs, and Vigil's able to run Brian Hill to the sideline to negate a big gain. Hill just so shifty, able to come right to the line of scrimmage and then dart to the right and pick up positive yardage.
Hill threw one tackler, and Fackrell couldn't get him, running toward the boundary. So he keeps it moving to Shane Hines in pursuit as well. Hill has just been so prolific this season. Last week became the 11th Cowboy to rush for 1,000 yards in a season, and the first since Devin Moore, who did it in 2008. But overall, in just 8 games was the fastest Wyoming player to 1,000. He's got the school single season rushing record easily in sight, barring injury. Hill gets 5.
Power play, exactly the way you draw it up. Big 61, Caden Jackson's in at right guard. He pulls around, opens up a hole. And Brian Hill just has that patience. He understands the play call, understands where space is going to be created. He just allows for it to open up and then hits the Jets.
Smith, who played tight end on the scout team last year, under center. With play action, he's got time, looking to throw to the sideline. Is the catch made? Justice Murphy is ruled out of bounds.
Boy, Mike, I thought he had a shot right down the middle of the field to 85 Tyree Mayfield, one of his tight ends, off that play action. Instead, he goes to the sideline. 85's on the right side of your screen, going down the seam. Right there, I thought he could have taken a shot.
Oh, boy.
It was an incomplete pass.
That's a big
Play
missed
under
opportunity.
review.
You know, Mayfield was looking to get open. He's only got 1 catch on the year, playing behind Jacob Hollister.
And you just saw another look there as Justice Murphy right on the sideline. Going to take a look at this.
So Bruce Bain, the replay official, will chat with Brandon Cruz, our referee, tonight, and try and clarify where exactly Murphy was along the sideline and whether he satisfies all the elements of the catch. He does possess the ball. He maintains possession. So the question is going to be, where are his feet?
From the first few angles we got, it did appear as though 1 foot drug in bounds before he actually gets to the paint. Here's a nice look at it.
That left foot looks like it gets down in bounds.
Yeah. There's the left foot down, and ball appears to be possessed.
Well, let's save that for tomorrow, for anything to be possessed. We want that on Halloween. But we can say that Murphy does possess the ball in the active voice. 37-14, Utah State over Wyoming with 3:27 left here in the third. Mike Cousins, Cole Kubelik, glad to have you along late on a Friday night or Saturday morning, wherever you may find yourself. Crucial play here if this does end up being a completion to help get Wyoming closer toward the end zone and take a little bit of the pressure off Brian Hill's shoulders. And everything that we've seen so far, great job by our video crew to show you those looks, appears to be a catch.
Just waiting for that indisputable video evidence.
After reviewing the play, the ruling is the ball was caught, firm control with a foot in bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
So it's a 17-yard gain. Bring the ball down to the 11-yard line for Wyoming.
Justice Murphy, there's the catch. Pretty much just a one-handed grab. Another freshman contributing for this Wyoming football team.
So going into the red zone where they have not had success coming into this game. 2nd worst team in FBS in terms of scoring in the red zone. Only 59% of the time. Only Old Dominion 52% worse. Smith tumbles forward inside the 10-yard line.
Really just a flat line option play coming right down the line of scrimmage, and LT Filiunga plays flat down the line of scrimmage, keeps those shoulders square, it takes him right into the play. Nice fundamental football there.
Van Man in the up back. Hill dots the I. Hollister goes left to the formation. Play action. Smith to the 10, keeps it himself out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Cole, this seems like the perfect area of the field where you want to have a quarterback who's able to take off and gain significant yardage by himself.
Especially one that has a little physicality to him, that can take on a defender. I was a little surprised there Smith didn't sort of turn that back inside a little bit and maybe try to force his way down towards the pylon. But a good decision not to go ahead and make that throw. A lot of traffic, multiple defenders back in that corner of the end zone.
Big chance here, 3rd down.
Got to go Brian Hill here, right?
He's been the man tonight for Wyoming. Play action to the 5-yard line. And who else? Kyler Fackrell spins Smith out of bounds. It's 4th down for Wyoming.
I think Nick Smith looks tired. I think he looks fatigued. He is not running at the level that he was earlier in this football game. Play action. Zone, and Smith runs right. I just feel like what we saw from him early in the football game, he's getting to the corner of the end zone on that play. I think there's some fatigue setting in for Nick Smith.
And Hill is off the field here. Overstreet is the running back with 3 tight ends on 4th down. Smith looks lost on the play, turns forward, and he's got a touchdown. How about that, Cole? I don't know about you, but it looked like a broken handoff with the way the freshman quarterback spun around, yet he's across the goal line.
It's an odd-looking play, and I think it very well could have been just a situation where this Wyoming staff is going to ask Nick Smith to 6 out, where the linebackers are going to read him, going to give a handoff or make a toss, and then he just turns and goes right back in the A-gap. Could have easily just been a draw play called there, but when you see Kyler Fackrell get penetration, I don't think he expected Nick Smith to be where he was in the backfield.
Tristan Bailey puts it through. A drive that started for Wyoming with defense. Their standout, Eddie Yarbrough, forcing a fumble. No surprise there for a guy who's back-to-back first-team All-Mountain West. And then Nick Smith, his first career start, touchdown QB. Former scout team tight end turned quarterback Nick Smith with a short run makes it a 37-21 game with Wyoming on the comeback trail. A minute 25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. West Conference action.
That last touchdown might have gone back to his triple option days in high school when he was a triple option quarterback.
Cowboys scoring their first touchdown off of a turnover this year. Nothing doing on the return. Utah State takes over when we come back. Saturday Night Football presented by Walmart on ABC. Number 9 Notre Dame, number 21 Temple. It's 8 Eastern on ABC. Also live on Watch ESPN. Myers to the air. And a first down throw for the sophomore quarterback, hooking up with Brandon Swindle.
See how Myers almost adjusted his arm level when he throws his football. He goes a little bit higher to get it over the defense on that slant route. Knew he had to elevate the football's release point so it didn't get batted down.
Glad to have Swindle back after he missed most of last year with a torn Achilles. Mays in the backfield. He's got the carry, nowhere to go through the middle. Andrew Wingard, the safety, the freshman and team's leading tackler, comes up to get him. Wingard is a guy that they really, really like because he's all over the field and from his safety spot, frequently found at the line of scrimmage.
Took over the starting position there in the 2nd game of the season, leads the team in tackles. That's what this Wyoming defense has had to do tonight because of the success of that run game, is push him towards the line of scrimmage.
Myers down the sideline. And it's ahead to the 45-yard line. Swindle again, his 6th catch of the year, ripped down by Antonio Hall.
Very nice adjustment from Brandon Swindle. Back shoulder fade, knew he had the man coverage. Myers puts it right on that back shoulder breastplate. Excellent catch.
And it brings the third quarter to a close. Utah State comfortably in the lead. They've won their last 3 against Wyoming, trying to make it 4 straight. It's 37-21 Aggies with 15 minutes to play in Logan, Utah.